Local and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome to Let's Talk TriState. I'm Katie, and today we are joined with two lovely ladies from Casa Inc. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourselves and your title as well.
Okay, I'm Renee Caldera. I'm the Director of Community Services.
And I'm Brittany Leach. I am the Prevention Educator and Training Coordinator.
Well, we really do appreciate you both coming in and talking to us today on Let's Talk TriState. Let's first start and cover Casa. What is Casa and what are the services that you provide? Because you guys do a lot of really, really valuable work, and you can probably cover it much better than me trying to just summarize it. So I'll let you go ahead and take it from here.
Okay, sure. So CASA stands for Citizens Assisting and Sheltering the Abused. So we help survivors of intimate partner violence, sexual assault, and sex trafficking. When a lot of people hear of CASA, they do know that we have the domestic violence shelter. And it's an emergency shelter, usually a 30-day stay, just to get survivors away from whatever situation they're going through to get them somewhere safe. And while they're there, they do meet with an advocate weekly to work on goal planning. So even though it's a temporary shelter, what's their next steps when they leave there? So they get that goal planning there. But aside from the shelter, we have our main office location. And there we have so many community services that we offer to these survivors. So we have a legal team who can actually go with the survivors to file petitions for protective orders. And then not only do they file the petition, but they'll go with them the whole way through the court system, like the hearing, and be there for support. Because, that's nerve-wracking.
Absolutely. And also, you don't know what to do. Where do you start? Sure.
Right.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so we have the legal team. We also have a medical advocate that is at Meredith. Monday through Friday, she's there. So that if somebody reports that they're there for a domestic violence incident, she will sit with them the whole way through their forensic exam, the whole time that they're there until they get discharged. And then she's also there to offer services of, do they need somewhere safe to go after? And if not, what services do they need from there? If it's not during business hours throughout the week, we do always have an advocate that will go to the hospital if we receive a hospital call. So and that's 24 hours, 7 days a week.
You guys can kind of be like the starting point if somebody is in a situation that they need to get out. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. Right. I'm going to start. This is at least where I can get started.
That's
Absolutely.
Right.
And you'll help navigate from there.
And one of the things I love about CASA is even if we're not the one that's able to help, we are always there to offer other places. So like maybe they're not a good fit for our services, but hey, here's all these other resources in Washington County that can help and assist. So we're not going to just say, sorry for your luck, like we're not the one. Here's some other places to go, and like let's get you connected to something to help.
If somebody finds themselves at did you call it the house? The shelter? The shelter. Yeah. I wasn't sure the proper term. Yeah. If they find themselves at the shelter, do you assist with job hunting or finding an apartment from there, those types of events as well?
Yep, all those things that they're going to need to help get them on their feet and be independent, so to gain and sustain independence, right? So their advocate at the shelter will meet with them and they'll work on all those things. But at the office, we also have a client services navigator. It's something kind of newer that we've implemented, and she goes a little bit more in depth with housing and workforce development. So she can help with writing a resume. Some people haven't been in the workforce for a while.
Absolutely. So, if they're reliant on, that partner that they might need to get away from, you're starting over then.
Yeah, starting completely over.
Sure.
And not really knowing where to turn a lot of the time. So, she can help with navigating the application process with like housing, subsidized housing if they need it. We also do mock interviews, and we just got a portable closet at our office. So exciting!
Clothes is huge
for dress clothes.
Absolutely,
for interview it's fire.
Yeah, you don't have the money to go out and get some interview clothes.
It's true.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And how many women have you, and men? I'm assuming both men and women.
Men and women.
How many are you able to have at the shelter?
I don't really know the exact amount, but I do know we have 3 floors.
Okay.
And we have, I believe it's 13 rooms.
Wow.
So, yeah. And our shelter a lot of the time is full. So it's usually women and children that we have in the shelter.
That was my next question was.
But it just depends. It depends on if we have a single person present that needs a room, where they will roommate with another person. But if they have children, they do get their own room. So, and then we have toddler beds and we have pack and plays that we can put in the room if they need it. So it just depends on how they present and how big their family is.
Really incredible. And so if someone does have children, that might be another concern that they might have. But I can't leave my children, and it sounds like welcome as well at the shelter.
Oh, for sure, for sure. We just had Easter, and so at Easter time they did an Easter egg hunt. They did it for the kids in the shelter, and we also have transitional apartments too. We have 5 transitional apartments, and that's usually for people that are leaving the shelter, somewhere else for them to go where it's the next step, right? So, and they're 6-month leases. So they can go for a 6-month lease, and then if they still need some help before being able to transition out into something more permanent, they can get another 6 months, and they can do that up until 18 months.
This is such an important organization, and I'm sure that you have seen a lot of wonderful success stories, and you have seen people come from bad situations where they're just feeling hopeless and lost, and then because of Casa stepping in, able to get on their feet and transition and get back into a life that they're proud of and where they're safe as well. So it's really wonderful what you guys, we love Casa here at the radio station, and anything, we can ever do to help you. But you guys are you a 501c3?
We are a 501c3.
So we have some things coming up, some different events. I know one is the Take Back the Night, which is on the 18th. Could you talk a little bit about that event?
Yeah.
Sure. So it is... Renee has been huge in actually implementing it and getting everybody, but I think we have, 22 or 23 community partners coming.
Yep.
There's going to be rock painting, face painting. I'm going to speak a little bit, not too much to bore everybody, and then we also have a survivor of sexual assault speaking. But Take Back the Night has been huge since the 70s of, helping survivors speak their stories and letting the community know that, hey, this is happening here where we live.
And we need to talk about it and be aware of it.
Right.
And one of the things I love is having so many, I've never seen a Take Back the Night with this many community partners.
It's wonderful.
The fact that we get so much support from local businesses, including at Hub City Brewery. We met with them this year, and they were so on board with helping us for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. They're actually even having all April. They're offering 2 drinks for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. They're teal, which is the color, and $1 from every drink purchase will actually come to Casa.
That's incredible. I love Hub City. They're fantastic.
Too. They have a cocktail and a mocktail.
So it's all encompassing.
Yes, yeah.
And what is the significance of the name Take Back the Night?
So it came from the 1970s. There was an advocate named Kimberly Crenshaw, and she kind of coined the term, back then, a lot of the sexual assaults that were done by strangers were done at night. So it was basically her idea of, we're going to take back the night and make it ours and speak our truth. And that's how those events started. And there's been walks and all over the country for all these years. It's unfortunate that we still have to do them,
right? But
it's, I think, important for us to keep it going and keep the community involved.
Absolutely, and the awareness, I think, is so important. And on the 18th, what is the time and the location of the event?
So it's at University Plaza, and it is from 4 to 8. So yeah.
And just swing on by.
Swing by.
30 food trucks, Kona Ice, and
Ice will be there.
Yeah.
And some speakers, and just a great event, and hopefully you'll have nice weather for it. It's more predictable this time of year. And then there is another event. Am I correct that it is the Chalk the Walk event?
Yeah.
Can you Chalk the Walk? Can you walk me through that? Because I don't know this. That's a new term for me. I'm not sure what that entails.
So Brittany brought this, and it's so exciting.
So it's just the idea of spreading positive messages. So we asked a bunch of local businesses around downtown Hagerstown. We actually went out and actually gave them the chalk and just said, hey, sometime during April, go out and just write positive messages in front of your business. I've done this before at other locations, and it was so incredible. Like, we were outside of a coffee shop writing, "We respect boundaries." And a mom and a little girl walked by, and the little girl goes, "What's a boundary?" And the mom actually had a full conversation of like boundaries and respecting boundaries right there. So it was such a cool moment of like, hey, these positive messages can make somebody's day, but also spread messages.
I was going to ask you, and you kind of just answered the question for me, but how do these messages contribute to awareness and healing? Yeah. But I think it also leads to conversations. Like that example you just gave is really incredible. Yeah. What are some of the businesses? Can you tell us some of the businesses that we could expect to see?
Hub City Brewery was all on board. They are like so excited to do it. We've also stopped at a few others who we're waiting for like the weather to get, like we said, anytime during April, because I know it does rain. But we've talked to a couple coffee shops and the Chamber and
Maryland Theater,
the library to see if they would all participate. And
are they writing the messages, or are the survivors and Casa writing the messages, or everybody?
Everybody, yeah. We actually went out yesterday after our staff meeting, and a bunch of us wrote messages like, "You're not alone. You deserve respect.
You're worthy."
Yeah,
I love that.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
You never know how something so small like that can impact somebody. I remember years ago, and this is, again, it seems small, but I remember it years later, I was at the community college at Hagerstown, and somebody or an organization wrote all these little messages and left them all over the campus. And I was having such a lousy day. I was there for class, transitioning careers, just really struggling. And there was a note on the bench, and it said, "You are enough and you are beautiful." And I'll never forget it, just thinking like, wow, at that moment, that was the message I just needed. And it really did make an incredible impact. And so I'm glad Brittany, you were able to bring this idea to more parts of Hagerstown, because those things are wonderful to see. Yeah. And April is a big month for Casa, and why is that?
So it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it's actually the 25th year. I mean, sexual assault awareness has been around for decades. But it is the 25th year of it actually being recognized nationally as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So the theme this year is looking back while moving forward. So thinking about like how far we've come, but also how much more we have yet to do.
And how can people move beyond awareness to take action in either preventing sexual violence or supporting survivors outside of the whole year, not just in the month of April?
Well, I was looking for volunteers.
Yes, I had a feeling. Yes.
And Maryland is very, like, I love Maryland because we're like, come on in, we will get you ready and equipped to like help survivors or in whatever area that you want to do. As well as, I mean, I was brought into Casa to actually work on the prevention piece of it. So doing programs in schools with at-risk youth and helping build teen leaders and working in the community to build environments where this is less likely to happen.
Absolutely. And I had one more question, and it just flew out of my head. It was about at-risk youth. When you said that, I completely forgot it. I'm so sorry about that. As soon as we're done, I'm going to say, oh, yep, I remember that question. Oh, yes, now I remember. Do you ever receive phone calls of maybe concerned friends and family about a particular individual thinking they might be in a dangerous situation and I'm not sure what I can do or how to help this person? Is that something that happens? And what would you say to that person?
Yeah. So we do have a hotline at Casa that somebody is there to answer 24/7, 365. So we have received phone calls like that, and the biggest thing that we can do and that we do always try to do is please have them call. Somebody will answer if we want to help them, and if we can do that, we have all these services that we can offer. And if not, like Brittany already said, we try to stay really connected in the community. Excuse me. Okay. And know what other agencies have things that these survivors can benefit from. So we never want them to call and not have somewhere to turn to. So the biggest thing that we can say is that they need to call, because unfortunately they need to be the one to take that step, and it's not always easy.
It's
not.
I can imagine it would be like standing up and saying, I have a problem,
Right.
you know, with fill in the blank. That it's difficult to admit something is wrong, I need some help. But it is a relief to know that there is a place like Casa that can, you're not alone, you know? There are other people who have been in the situation who can empathize, who can help. And then you also, you know, you said you have the medical at Meredith to assist, and the legal assistance. I mean,
we also have crisis counseling too in our office, so they work a lot on safety planning. If they aren't able maybe to or ready to get away just yet, what they can do to keep themselves safe, and you know what they can have prepared when they are ready to take that step.
Sure.
But yeah, we have that as well. So yeah, just that's what we say.
Yeah.
Just call, because we are here and we are ready to help. And it doesn't matter what time of day. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of the night. Somebody is here and ready to help, and they're ready to make that step.
well, we encourage everybody on the 18th to help out. I'm assuming a portion of the proceeds or all the proceeds are going to go right back to Casa. Would that be correct?
For the 18th, it's a free event.
Oh my God! Oh, you don't have. Oh,
Yep, it's a free event for everybody. Except for the food trucks, if they choose to purchase things from the food trucks. But
so
other than that,
this is just an awareness piece of it. Would you have any fundraisers coming up where people can able to make donations? And,
June 1st, right? And we have a golf tournament coming up. That's our next upcoming fundraiser. So absolutely, if you love to golf, then that might be the perfect opportunity to help support Casa and have some fun.
And what we'll have you do is maybe as we get closer, come back and we can just dig in a little bit more to the golf tournament, if that sounds
that would be amazing.
all right with you ladies.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, take back the night, April 18th, 4 to 8, free event.
Free event, yep.
Come hungry, food trucks, and you know, support Casa, because what you do is so important. And we thank you for spending time with us today on Let's Talk TriState.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk TriState, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.